What is going on, guys? This is Riveting Well 22 for Wildcat Productions, and I hope you've got your power morpher, some sake, and your passport, because we're going to the land of the rising sun for a Famicom game called Kyoryuu Sentai Juuranger for the Famicom. And there's Rita Repulsa, of course. Now, I want to point out this is based on the 15th season of ZyuRanger in Japan. This is what became Power Rangers Season 1 over here. Got some nice cutscenes here, I say. I'm playing a translated version. So we can... So every one of my American friends, my English speakers, can actually tell what's going on. I don't know if I was gonna... I don't think I was gonna play the original one. The same game anyway, it's just translated. Anyway, these graphics are pretty darn good for an NES or Famicom game, I'll tell you that. Just look at our Yellow Ranger. In this case, since this is the first season of Power Rangers, it was the late great Training, I believe was her name. I probably butchered that, playing Training. I know, let me know that I butchered that in the comments, please. I know I did. Playing, I'm not gonna... Anyway. This part right here reminds me of the 10th level in Castlevania where you're trying to get across the lake. Although, I made some pretty, I made it pretty easy there. Much harder to do in Castlevania, I will say that. But this is actually a game that I would recommend actually going out to get. There's a lot to it here. The music is actually pretty good. And honestly, go out and seek out the translated copy and emulate it. Okay, let's go back. We have this saber dagger. We started out with a light phaser. Just remember, you take damage very easily. So, I do want to get to the boss battle because it's a very interesting boss battle, to say the least. These coins, I think, are morphing coins, but I'm not for sure. They can't be morpher coins because you're already morphed as it is. Which is the only thing I can think this game gets wrong, because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but even our North American 16-bit Power Ranger games for the Genesis, Super Nintendo, and all that, you're not morphed right off the bat. Anyway, this segment actually really reminds me of the 10th level of Castlevania, except for the one difference that in this game, you don't die if you fall off the rafts here, or these little platform thingies. And it's much more frustrating to make that jump. Trust me, I failed it several times. But as for the music, the one nitpick I have, I would like to hear the ZyuRanger theme somewhere else other than... somewhere else in addition to the what do you call it? The title screen. Why do they put that in a bed of spikes, basically? I would have put that somewhere else. Somewhere a little less dangerous. If you take damage on everything that hits you, removes some of your life bar. You should have a pretty long life bar in this case. Okay, let's get across. Get that saber dagger. Then we get a cutscene. Oh, it's Boy in Japan. It's Queenie here in the US. We're going to use her US name. Can I switch weapons? I'm guessing that's what select does. I don't have a select button, so I'm at a disadvantage here. Although not much of one. This weapon is actually pretty good. There's not really that much of a useless weapon in the game so far, but then again, I haven't gotten very far, so... And now I'm going to take you back to the title screens for some karaoke. Let's make this. ZyuRanger, ZyuRanger, Kyoruu Sentai Juuranger, ZyuRanger, Kyoruu Sentai Juuranger. Alright, that's enough. I don't expect to hear me singing in Japanese, or at all that much. We do, however, expect me to review some more Japanese games. I don't know when it'll be next. I have to be able to find a translation of it, or I can't do it. And I think my other rule is nothing that's actually come out in America. I want to keep it to Japan-only stuff. Yay, Saber Dagger! Next time I'll play with the Super NES controller. Trying to figure out if I could change weapons or not. Nope. That would be helpful. But I'm not going to complain too much on one point, you know? However, this speaking platform, you have to get off it immediately. Because it thinks if you don't, and then she drops down here. I'm one coin away from seeing what that does. And I died right before I got it. Is it me or do we die right in the same spot? Seriously. I think controls are a little bit floaty, but overall the controls are actually pretty... Overall controls are actually pretty good. But just like Mario, I think they must have been taking notes here because you can actually steer your jump. Watch, you just press C, the left, or excuse me, B or left and right. I keep forgetting I'm playing on a Genesis controller. There is no C button on an NES pad. The steering your jump is going to come in very handy in a bit here. Well, it's a pretty fun game, actually. I definitely recommend it. But emulate it. I wouldn't import it. Famicom games are probably going to be somewhat expensive to import anyway. You know. And we have one more of those to get. And we got it. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, we get a Tiger Zord. Which will come in handy during the boss fights. Obviously. Well, can I get up there? Without hurting myself, thank you. I need a platform, something. I can see there's one up there, but I can't get to it. Alright, there we go. This is a tricky jump, and this is where I... See, what I did there was I steered my jump by pressing left and right at the same time. You're going to want to do this. You also want to collect all these coins because, like you saw, that's how you unlock your character's Zord, if you will. Your fighting mech. Your mechanized fighting robot. So guys, I need a name for this Japanese game series that I'm going to be doing reviews for. So this is actually going to be part of a Japanese game series. This will be our, I guess, our pilot episode. What I need from you guys on my Twitter, which is in the comments below, by the way, or it's in the description below, or in the comments, or on our Discord if you're part of it. What I need is a name for this series. We'll focus on reviewing Japanese games, mainly from the NES, some from the Super Nintendo, some from the Genesis, and things like that. If I could, the rule is I have to be able to find a translation of it. Anyway, we're gonna go one more time, and then we're gonna hang it up. Got our third power coin there. I'll call them power coins. I don't know what the actual name for them is. If there is an actual name. Seriously though, what can I say about this game that I haven't already said? I really like it actually. I wasn't sure if I would, but I ended up liking it. So we got our Zord already. Okay, so what you want to do here is you want to ride this platform up and wait for this other one to come near you. Careful though. And then just one hop all the rest of these platforms in your head. You don't need to collect any more of these coins at this point. Just go in here. And this is where you fight the boss. This is a weird boss, I'll say that much. I shouldn't have gone in there. I'm not for trying to beat this thing. Can I just walk away and go? Alright, so we got one more try at it. I have a feeling you're supposed to just wait till he hits the ground and hit him there. Alright, so we hit game over. And so that'll be the end for... Well, I'm going to let the theme song take over. Bye, everyone.